Evaluation of the drug promotion literature. Who can tell what is this? Drug promotion literature. Anything you know about this topic? No? Hearing this for the first time? So, you have seen when we visit to a doctor's clinic, okay, you must have seen the medical representatives waiting, okay. So, why they are waiting? Any reason? To promote their own company, the brands, and the new launch, okay. So, what they do is when they wait, after waiting, when they get time, they go inside the room, okay, the doctor's room, and then they advertise their own brand, okay. So this is basically the topic, okay, how they will come and how they will advertise their own brand, and how you will look to their words, to their brands, to the medicine, okay. This is basically today's topic, okay. So first is drug promotion, okay. Here any information and the persuasive activities given by the manufacturer or the distributor with the effect to induce the prescription, okay, supply, purchase, and use of the medicinal drugs. So this is drug promotion, okay. So the clinicians will get, you have to know some information prior prescribing the medicine or the new launch of the medicine, okay. So here there are various sources, okay. The primary source, first it will be given by the pharmaceutical company, okay. That is known as the promotional literature. Here everything will be present, starting from the leaflets, okay, the digital advertisement, okay, all these will be present there, and also the drug information, okay. So this is the major marketing strategy, okay. So here it is done by the pharmaceutical industry, okay, to the busy physicians, okay. As we all know that the physicians and the surgeons are the most busiest, okay, when it comes to the patient, okay. So at our busiest time, when you will be becoming a doctor in future, that time you won't be able to think much, okay, because they will come to you and they will show their leaflets, they will advertise their own brand, okay, that this is this, okay, and this is a very effective medicine, okay. But due to shortage of time, we are unable to think, we will be unable to think at that time, okay. So proper processing is necessary before adding a drug, okay. So here this DPL influences the physicians, especially those on training like interns, okay, like PGTs, okay. So this information in DPL should be factual, evidence based, unambiguous, and balanced, okay. So this is unfortunately most of the times that these literatures are neither factual nor evidence based, okay. That is the main concern, okay. They will be coming to you with the new launch, but this launch of the drug are neither factual nor evidence based, so you have to be very much conscious about that, okay. So what are the advantages of this DPL? Like when introducing a new product to the market, okay, then it increases the prospects and sales, it fights the competition, other competition, okay. Suppose of the same drug other brands are there, okay, and it eliminates the middleman, okay, educates the target market, raises the standard of living, okay. These are the advantages, the positive side of the DPL. What are the disadvantages? So this may be inaccurate, invalid, unethical, false, misleading, biased, and deceptive, okay, and based on poor methodological qualities, okay. So this might lead to monopoly, create artificial demand, okay, and increasing the price of the product, and enhances the self-medication of patient and may be harmful to the society. Okay, so these are the advantages. So some tasks. So how do we process these things? Okay, so there are some tasks you can do it by your own self. Okay, very easy. So here who have given some criteria scale. Okay, based on that we will, like we used to have a checklist, okay, in our mannequins. Okay, so on the basis of the checklist, whether it is present or absent, we will just tick it, and after that we will calculate it, and with the score we will judge. Okay, so at last you will be given an exercise if you are interested to do. Okay, so you can do, at the last we will give you. So these are the who criteria score. Okay, so this World Health Organization have given some criteria, based on there we are able to judge this. Okay, first is the international non-proprietary name or the generic name, okay, whether it is present or absent. Second is the pharmacological data, the brief description of the pharmacological effects and mechanism of action of the drug. Clinical information, okay, on what cases. Indication, where it can be given. Then dosage regime and relevant pharmacokinetic data, including average dose, range for adults, for children, okay, at what interval it should be taken, duration of the treatment, and some special situations. So these all should be mentioned. Then contraindications, ADR, precautions, okay, warnings, drug interaction. Then overdose. So if the patient has taken an overdose, what is the maximum dose? If the patient has taken, what symptoms he or she can come from. Okay, then treatment and its antidote. Okay, then the pharmaceutical information about the dosage form, excipients, storage condition, whether it should be stored in a cold or dark room. Okay, shelf size, pack size. Okay, then description of the product, package, legal category like narcotics. Then major drug or drug food interactions, name and address of the manufacturer or the distributor. Then any reference of scientific literature. So this is the most important among all these. These are also important, you have to see, but this is the most important. Okay, whether there is any scientific literature appropriate. So these are the points on which you will be scoring. So here they have mentioned around 12. Okay, 11 to 12 points. So let us see. So this is a leaflet. Suppose this has been given to you. Okay, the name is Novomix 30. Okay, it is biphasic insulin aspart 30 by 70. Okay, here there are two insulins. One is immediate and one is intermediate acting. So here in this leaflet, what is written? So the launch date is written. Okay, so it controls effectively both the postprandial as well as the fasting glucose. Okay, it can be taken once or twice. So what are the advantages? An earlier onset compared to BHI provides convenient dosing immediately before or after meal as compared to the BHI. By aspartate, okay, this is biphasic aspartate 30 BD also shows significantly greater glucose lowering response than the other component, and it is safe and effective to use along with the oral hypoglycemic drugs. Then it makes simpler and cheaper. Okay, this is also cheaper compared to the basal bolus therapy. Okay, then other things are you can titrate it. Other things are it can control the high postprandial glucose baseline. It lowers the body mass index, that is the BMI. Then fasting HB1AC, Then in older age, it can also be used. Okay, and shorter duration in diabetics. It is also helpful in case of maternal as well as for the fetal. Okay, it is safe. Others are, they have written that after 15 years of this clinical use worldwide analysis, 5 years data indicate that it is safe, effective, simpler to use insulin for initiation and intensification by diabetes specialist and other things. Okay, so this is the leaflet and the primary introduction. So is this sufficient? What do you think? Along with the points what was given, is this sufficient? Is it sufficient? What do you think? It is not complete. Okay, so all the points must be fulfilling. So there is a criteria. Okay, let me go to the next slide. So here they have provided some points. Okay, with this we will give points. Okay, suppose here name of the active ingredients, whether it is present or absent, name, brand name, present or absent. Okay, pharmacological data. Okay, so these are the lists. Okay, so here how many points are present? 10. Okay, so based on this, suppose suppose all these greens are present. Okay, this green color is present and the rest are absent. I am considering it. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6, so 6 is the total score. Okay, the red I am considering as it is absent. Okay, so based on this total score, the formula is total point multiplied by the total. Okay, that is 10. 6 multiplied by 10 divided by 100, how much is coming? So here we will grade into A, B and C, 3 grades. Okay, so first one is A. A is above 70%. Okay, this is high compliance. B, that is 35 to 70%, that is moderate compliance. Okay, the C is less. Okay, less or weak compliance. Okay, or poor compliance. So here with these 3 grades you will take the A, grade A, that is the high compliance, low risk. Okay, that one you have to consider first. Okay, the grade B, it is, there might be risk factors. Okay, so you can consider it but with very cautiously. Okay, the C, avoid most of the time. Okay, that is less than 35%. Okay, understood everyone? Okay, so here another example, the brand name is what here? Resinac SP. Okay, so here what are the active ingredients here? Aceclofenac, paracetamol and ceratopeptidase tablets. So here, so in the product details it should be written everything. Okay, but here it is not written. Okay, it should be available offline as well as online also. Okay, you should be able to see. Okay, so here if we want to inquiry. Okay, so here see what is written. Being a well-known organization of this industry, we are offering aceclofenac, paracetamol and ceratopeptidase, which works by blocking the release of certain messengers in the brain. The offered tablets are useful for the management to mild and moderate pain and inflammation. This aceclofenac and paracetamol ceratopeptidase tablets relieves pain in conditions like mild migraine headache and musculoskeletal pain or painful menses. Okay, so do you think this is sufficient? What are the things missing here? What point you will be giving here if you consider those 10 points? Yeah, Points. How much point will be giving here? What is the score here? Three. So what is the percentage here? 30%. So it comes under grade C. So do you think you will be considering this? No, direct no. Okay, no reason for considering this medicine. Okay, because low compliance means high risk. Okay, these are two are opposites. Okay, remember this. Okay, what about this? What is the percentage? First, take from this. If anything can be given, any points can be given here. Two. Okay, from this. So, what is the percentage here? 50%. So it comes under moderate. So what do you think? Will you consider this group? Grade B. So you should be very much cautious, okay, when you'll be using this drug, okay. So in emergency situations, you can try, okay. And this is for your exercise, okay. So try to find out some list of banned drugs in the year 2019, 2023, okay, and why they are banned, okay. So you will understand, okay. So about the research part, okay, when you will be searching for them, okay, they might show you their own bias research, okay. This is also can be done nowadays, okay. So always try to look for some government authentic site, okay, before blindly testing them, okay, their drugs, okay. Any question from this class? Any question? No question? All have understood nicely? Any question? What if someone took the drug?